Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jack Hendrix of Oxford Football. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a pretty good season for you guys.
Yeah.
Rolling off a lot of big wins in the last few weeks. Um, Winning season. What was Thursday night like for you?
Obviously, it was a huge game for us. I mean, playing for a share of the league title was obviously a huge opportunity. It's the first time that we really had a shot to do that ever. And I think obviously it was a big opponent too, but I think we played to the best of our abilities. We had a great week of preparation. I think we had a great game plan, and I think everybody executed.
Yeah. So really going into this season, to come away with I know you guys still made playoffs, I know, but it definitely had your ups and downs, but getting the big wins against the league opponents, that had to be huge because I don't what was that like, getting those, because I know the league got shuffled, teams got shuffled around a little bit in the OAA this
Yeah.
year. But
Yeah,
what Yeah.
it was huge for us because last year, obviously, I mean, we had one league win, it was against Stony Creek, and now they're in the white. But against the teams that were in the red this year, we got smoked mostly. I mean, last year we lost to Clarkson and Lake Orion and Adams and West Bloomfield by like 30 plus. So, and then this year, obviously, we completely flipped the switch and we've been able to compete. And obviously, we beat Adams by like 30 points, and then we've been able to compete in the other games and beat teams and stuff like that. So I think it's been a huge change for us because we've been way better in the league this year.
Yeah. Growing throughout I mean, it's just like what was special about this team, like in the off season? What going into this season, did you what was just the vibes like of like you guys can do this?
Yeah, I think last year, last year, my sophomore year, when we were getting ready to go to the start of the year, I kind of felt like we weren't ready. Not like we weren't ready, but it was just like, oh, like we're already here. And I felt like this year we were like 2 or 3 weeks out, and we're like we're ready to go. Like let's go. Like it wasn't like, oh, can't believe we're so close to playing. We're like we're ready to go. Like let's play.
Yeah.
And it just
Uh
felt like a completely different vibe.
yeah. What's the I mean, I gotta ask you, like, celebrating all throughout out there. It's just like there's just a lot of guys, a lot of people don't know. Obviously, a lot of you guys have came on here, but beside, you and Jake, and obviously Luke and Drew and all those guys, what's it like to just play with all those guys?
I think it's sweet, and especially this year, I get to play with some of the guys that I've been playing with forever, like my own grade level and stuff. And I think it's a really cool opportunity to get to do this and have this great of a year with all my brothers and all the guys that I played flag football with since I was like 8 years old. And I think it's a really cool thing.
Well, what's been the best moment so far this year, Jack?
Beating Lake Orion for sure.
Yeah.
That was my favorite moment. Yeah. Then we
Uh,
also had a really tight game against Adams where we had a clutch game-winning drive. So I think that was one of them too. But I think for sure beating the crosstown rival and winning our trophy back was my favorite one.
yeah. Okay, so the next 2 weeks, of course, you got Oak Park this week, and then a big game with Dakota week 9.
Yeah.
Um, you know, going into those last 2 weeks, what do you feel like you guys want to do and kind of keep the momentum going heading in these last 2 weeks of the regular season before the postseason?
Yeah, for sure. So we're 5-2 right now. I think our goal is obviously get to 7-2 for the end of the year. We want to win the last two games so we can keep climbing playoffs. I think we're ready for the playoffs now. We've been battle tested and we've played the best teams that you can play in the state. And I think we got another two huge games, and we obviously got Dakota, which is one of the top teams. So I think it'll help us even more for the playoffs. But yeah, I think our goal is to just like keep proving to ourselves that we are capable of playing with this high level of competition. And I think a big game for us would be that Dakota game, just to see like, oh yeah, we're ready to go for the playoffs, stuff like that. And I think obviously we beat Dakota and Oak Park, then I think we could have a really good shot to have a good seed in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, for sure. Um, just to have everyone, and last thing, just to see what's it like to just see this community, really come together. Obviously, it's been well documented about everything that has happened to Oxford in the last few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what's it just like to see you guys doing well, first winning season since 2021? What is Oxford like right now?
Oh, it's super cool. I mean, I think everybody's following us or with us, even if they don't make it to the game. Everybody's watching on the live stream, stuff like that. I think the whole community is always asking about us, like how did Oxford do and all that kind of stuff. I think it's huge for the community because it's obviously been our first good year since everything that happened. It's one of our better teams that I think we've had. So I think it's just huge for everybody. Everybody's on board. Our home attendance, everything's packed. I think everybody's just all in this year, and I think it's a really cool thing to see.
All right. Well, Jack, thanks so much for the time as always, and best of luck week 8 against Oak Park.
Thank you.